A Halfling Sonder, Sven's Story, by Illyria Valischin. Sven grabs the bars of the door and gives it a mighty shake in hopes that it might open up. However, the door does not even budge in the slightest. As a little bell rings out into the hall, he drops his head against the bars, letting out a defeated sigh. The utter feeling of being a caged animal locked away and forgotten fills him. As the little rings fade into the groans, a loud grunting comes from further down in the hall, followed by a cough. A gruff voice calls out, "Sven, you awake?" "Yeah," Sven says, looking around trying to see where the voice had come from. Good. It calls back once more with a sound of shuffling footsteps. The others quiet down as they listen to the conversation. "Kerp?" Sven asks warily. Looking in the direction of the shuffling, a hearty chuckle breaks through the air. Nope, it's Vertox. The jailer's name rings of familiarity to Sven, bringing about even more confusion. Vertox being an older man who had seen more than his fair share of pub and jail brawls, has now entered the hall where Sven can see him striding along, the prominent gimp in his walk, a permanent reminder of one of the many brawls. The scars and wrinkles covering his weathered face furrow into a scowl as he reaches the cell door. "Now, stay out of the halfling brew or Willa will have to bring you back in." He lifts up a key ring and places a key into the lock. A quick turn of the key causes a loud clank sound to echo out. "I got drunk," Sven says, looking down, a bit confused and ashamed. He slowly steps out of the cell. "Do you know where Kerp is?" Vertox watches Sven walk out, a look of perplexity crossing over his face. "Yeah, you came in all wobbly and slurring everything you were saying, along with trying to streak through the place. Willa brought you in so you wouldn't be a nuisance. As for Kerp, nah, haven't seen him in a month's time, I'd say. Yeah, just before the Linky Berry Festival." Sven runs his hands through his hair. All right, thanks for not letting me get hurt." He begins to walk out of the cell block. "Willa brought me. I hope she isn't mad at me." "Nah, not mad in the least. But your mom might be." With that, Vertox lets out a hearty chuckle. "She knows." Sven lets out a deep groan. This causes Vertox to bend over in laughter for quite a few moments longer than Sven wishes to live through ever again, finally gasping a response out. "Yeah, she knows." With that new bit of knowledge, Sven tries to turn around. "I think I want to go back to my cell." Vertox shakes his head while closing the door before Sven can manage to squeeze back into the room. Now, you ain't broke a law and you seem sober enough to walk out ya get." Smiling widely across his wrinkled face, "Besides, Willa will be looking for ya to return." Nodding slowly, Sven tries to remember what it was he promised to bring, his mind seeming to only draw a blank on the whole situation. Had he promised something in the mess he had caused himself last night? He walks out of the holding area and into the main office part, still trying to wrap his head around what he could have possibly told her. A sudden jolted snore of a deputy asleep at his desk breaks Sven from his thoughts. He reaches for the front door and opens it, allowing the sunbeams to pour in. Another memory flashes forth into Sven's mind, seeing himself in his friend's little shack, where everything is completely untouched, covered in dust and left in time, forgotten. The only thing that is out of place is the sack of money sitting on Kerp's nightstand. It had been the only thing there not covered in dust, as if it had been set down there that day, overflowing with coins. The memory, triggered by the light's rays, now brings forth a weird sensation. The next moment, Sven finds himself in a very colorful haze, with what seems like little imps playing and singing loudly around him. Thank you for listening to my story. If you liked it, please like and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications.